Hi, another Marky-mark video, and one that I've tried to remake before and messed it up terribly. But I think it's very important on the basis that I love female vocal artists. And I wanted to share with you 10 of my favourite female artists in my collection, my small collection, which is growing rapidly. Let's kick off, because this it won't be too long, maybe 20 minutes or so, but if you grab a cup of tea, cup of coffee, scroll through and see what you think. I'll be interested to hear what you think of these and hear your personal favourites as well. Let's start with this one. Number 10 is Jessica Pratt, Quiet Signs. Quite unusual. I picked this up a few years ago when I started really getting into listening to different artists and different sounds and different types of music, really. And Jessica's got this amazing voice. It's a very distinct voice, and this is a very beautiful, gentle album. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's on City Slang. I think it's 2017, 2018. But from start to finish, this is a really beautiful, sensitive listen. Really enjoy this. It's a very unique sounding voice that she has, and I'm very pleased to have that in my collection. Great record, nicely produced, nicely made, and just really gorgeous to listen to. So Jessica Pratt and Quiet Signs. Right, number 9 is actually an artist that my wife likes, a record that she likes, which is always a bonus. And whenever I put this on, she's very happy that I put this on. It's London Grammar, and this is Truth is a Beautiful Thing. This is on Sony Music, 2017, Ministry of Sound recordings. Sounds fantastic, great record. She's almost in the room, it's that good. She's a great artist. She has the most amazing, a bit like Jessica, but actually different. Jessica's quite on the high level in her vocal pitch, and I can't remember her name, but she's Hannah. Hannah's got the most amazing voice at the mid-lower range, and it's a really deep voice. And I first heard this on BBC Radio 6 Music. They played Rooting for You, and I was like, oh my goodness, what is that? I have to listen to that a bit more and dig deeper, and ended up with this album, which is fabulous in my opinion. Really happy. They brought out a recent one called California Soil. Wasn't for me. It was a bit there, not for me. That's just my personal opinion. But this, I thought, from start to finish, there's just some lovely tracks in this, and her voice just shines all the way through. Right, number 8. I featured this artist on a previous video, talking about how good her most recent acclaimed Brit Award-winning album is, and this is Little Sims and Grey Area, which was brought out, I think, in 2017, 2018, 2019. It's on 101 Gatefold, and hip hop artist from London, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. It's on a really attractive white vinyl, flat as a pancake. It's really nice, really clean. I've washed it and stuck it in a new Mo-Fi inner. Really good. If you like good quality hip hop, good lyrics, it's a great album from start to finish. Again, it's raw, it's angry. My favourite tracks, all of them are very good, but Boss and Venom are particularly good. And the most incredible track of all this is Flowers at the End, which features, excuse me, Michael Kiwanuka. It's an absolutely brilliant track, Flowers, where she sort of delves into lost talent, previous artists that died too early, like Kurt Cobain, and it's just fantastic. It's a really amazing listen. Really recommend this. I think it's a really great album, great hip hop album, really good. So that's Grey Area by Little Sims. Okay, so moving from one extreme to another. Number 7. This cropped up in I just learnt about Melody Gardot, Sunset in the Blue, a few years ago. I had to buy it, and what a beautiful album this is. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Her voice is creamy, rich, and it's absolutely stunning. It's a really beautiful jazz. It's a laid-back jazz album, double LP, gatefold. And what I really like about this is I think Bernie Grundman cut this. I'm pretty sure Bernie Grundman cut it. You got the inner sleeves with all the lyrics and stuff. I'm looking for Bernie's trademark in the dead wax. Yeah, BG. Yeah, Bernie Grundman cut this. It's dead rich. I mean, it's beautiful. It's like she's in the room. Stunning album. And what I also love about this is there's a beautiful poem in the album. I don't do gimmicks very much, to be honest, but this is one of the very few albums that I have that I really love because it's got some fantastic features. I mean, it's got this beautiful front cover artwork, which you can hang or do what you like with. Stunning. Melody Gardot, Sunset in the Blue. If you like a late night jazz evening drink, if you've not heard of Melody Gardot, it's the only one I have of hers. I'm sure she's probably really famous and she's done lots, but this is a fantastic album. It's dirt cheap. Bernie Grundman cut it, and it's on Decca. Came out 2020. Fantastic. Right, number 6. Let's do this now. We're flying through. Sarah Vaughan. This came out, a reissue on the Embassy label by Verve Records from Acoustic Sounds. And it is quite extraordinary how good of a record this is. When people talk about audiophile records, they talk about how silent they are, how clear and dynamic, and all those kind of buzzwords that everybody uses. This is quite extraordinary. This will be mind-boggling to most people because it was recorded in 1955. 1955, way before I was born, and it sounds glorious. You've got Clifford Brown on trumpet, Paul Quinichette, tenor, Herbie Mann, flute, Jimmy Jones, piano, Joe Benjamin, bass, and R. Haynes on drums. Fantastic. Beautiful tracks. Lullaby of Birdland, April in Paris, He's My Guy, Jim, You're Not the Kind, Embraceable You, I'm Glad There Is You, September Song, It's Crazy. I mean, this is a great album. It's not cheap. This was not a cheap album. This wasn't like, a $9.99 special. This was good money, and it's worth every penny because it's so good. This is Sarah Vaughan, beautiful jazz vocalist, and I believe she was quite troubled in her life. I mean, she's not around now. She died some years ago, many years ago, I think. But my goodness, what a wonderful record this is. And if you really want to listen to some top quality 1950s jazz female vocals, this is the thing to get. This is the album to get. Right, I'm going to go straight modern now. I'm going to go to the other end of the spectrum. Number 5, an artist that I discovered several years ago, and 2019 album of the year from Rough Trade. I debated or not whether this was before Sarah Vaughan or whatever. Anyway, let's just do it now. This is Natalie Maring, and it's Wise Blood or Wise Blood, I think it is. 2019 on Sub Pop Records. You look at that album cover. There's a brilliant video on YouTube how they made this bedroom scene in a swimming pool, and they took lots of shots of. They made up the whole bedroom. She has the most incredible voice, deep, and she's just got the most incredible voice. This is an amazing album. This is kind of based on the story, or not the story, but the event of the Titanic sinking. So it's that's the name of the album, Titanic Rising. And sadly, the quality of the pressing is pretty shocking. Took me several times to get a decent one, and even then it's not brilliant. Fantastic inlay. Way's Blood, Titanic Rising. This is the green variant. It's flat as a pancake, but it sounds wonderful, but it's just a bit noisy as hell, and it's a bit of a shame, really, to be honest. And Natalie Maring is an absolute star. She is fantastic. This is a great album, full of build and immense energy, storytelling, and gentleness, tenderness. So, yeah, Natalie Maring, Wise Blood, Titanic Rising. It's a gorgeous album, that is. Stunning. Okay, number four is our very own Kate Bush and Hounds of Love. So, what can I say about Kate Bush? I mean, it's crazy what's happening. She was always good. She was always brilliant. I bought this just after. I will be fair. I had her first album, A Kick Inside. Had that for many years, and it was only when I watched Norman Masloff's video, Mazzy, where he did a fantastic video dedicated to Kate Bush and all her records and her albums, and that I actually bought this just before the hype. I mean, you can't get this for love nor money now in the UK, not that I'm aware of anyway. This is a beautiful sounding album, right from the beginning word go. Running Up That Hill is the classic track everyone's raving about because it features in Stranger Things, and it's a very important album because she had so much control over this. She did what she liked with it. I mean, she produced it, she wrote it and produced it, and it's a wonderful listen. It's been beautifully remastered. 180 gram heavyweight vinyl, which means nothing, to be honest, but it just shows that it's 180 grams. I mean, this is a great album. Very, very pleased to have this. I've got several Kate Bushes. I'm not a complete fan. Some of it is a bit way out there, but I have The Kick Inside, and I have this and The Dreaming, thanks to Mazzy. And I'm really pleased. They are fantastic. She's a great storyteller, a national treasure for us. And if you can get a hold of this copy, give it a listen, and I recommend it. Okay, let's carry on. We're getting good now. Number 3. And it's Aretha Franklin's Young, Gifted and Black. That's the front cover. This is on Rhino, black vinyl. And I discovered this. I mentioned a previous YouTuber, Norman Maslow. I'm not blowing smoke up it or anything, but he did a fantastic video on female artists, and he featured this, and I listened to it because I liked Aretha Franklin, and I was absolutely blown away. This is a stunning album on epic proportions. It's fantastic. It's proud. It's churchy, gospely, but not too much that it just turns you off. It's got loads of energy. It's just fantastic. Funky, rock steady on this is my favourite. And then you've got this build-up of Young, Gifted and Black with this wonderful church gospel singing. Young, Gifted. It's just fantastic. And this does come on quite a lot. And that's my number 3. Very proud to have this. It's a beautiful record on Atlantic. And it was recorded in 1972. So yeah, that's my number 3. Right, number 2. Probably no surprise really to some people, but I have given number 2 slot to Nina Simone, Little Girl Blue. I picked this up fairly recently, admittedly. It's from Bethlehem Records. It's on a nice tip-on jacket, nice thick tip-on jacket, really nice actually. Recorded in 1958, and this is a 2021 BMG reissue. Kevin Gray apparently did the mastering. Well, he did, not apparently, he did do the mastering on this. And there's a great essay inside from Daphne A. Brooks. This is a gorgeous album because once she was a classical trained pianist, basically. She was technically utterly brilliant, and she produced this, or she made this, and it is a gorgeous listen. It's very, very clever. It's one of the most dynamic and most beautiful sounding records that I own on 33 RPM. There is a little bit of noise which really frustrates me because it's well documented that wherever this was pressed, getting a clean copy, a completely clean copy of this, but let's just focus on the music. It is absolutely beautiful. It leaps out at you, it's dynamic, and it's a wonderful album. I can't really say much more. Beautiful cover. It's on Bethlehem, as I say. Really, really good. And that's my number 2. Right, number 1. My number 1 female artist in my collection that I hold at the top at the moment. And things change all the time, you know, depending on what's happening and how I'm feeling. But at the moment, it's got to be this huge wedge of vinyl. Eva Cassidy's Nightbird. So for me, this is absolutely fantastic. It's a beautiful live recording. It's on, I think it's on 4 LPs. I think it's 3 or 4 LPs. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. So Eva Cassidy, beautiful singer. She worked in a garden centre, nursery place. Very, very shy. As I understand it, this is what I've been reading about her. Very sadly died of cancer. I think it was only about 9 months after she recorded this. It's an incredible tragedy for the world, really, because she was so talented. There's lots of covers on this that she does. There's a lot of, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just heartbreaking, really, to think that she was probably not feeling very well when she made this, or very soon after. But it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of art, this. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's some lovely, it's dynamic, it's again, just detailed, punchy. And yeah, it's on Blick's label, 2015. There is a 45 RPM version of this, but I'm happy with the 33. I mean, it's stunning. I can't see how the 45 could be any better. Maybe it is, but it's there's a lovely essay inside here that talks about her life, her growing up, and she was just getting going as an artist, getting used to publicly performing. And very, very sadly, you know, she died, you know, not long after this. You know, it's just an absolutely gorgeous thing to have. It's beautiful, and very proud to have it. Eva Cassidy's Nightbird. So a huge range here, from hip hop, soul, jazz. It's all here. Pop. So that's my top 10. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again for another video soon. Bye. Take care.